Posters are one of the oldest, most tried and true types of marketing collateral. Posters are an effective way to draw attention to your sales, events, fundraisers, and so much more. While there is no one right way to make a poster, there are still poster design best practices that you should follow. So we decided to take it upon ourselves to write the ultimate, most in-depth poster design guide you will ever need. How to make an eye-catching poster in 2022. If you want to learn how to design a poster from scratch, you're in the right place. These poster design tips can be applied to virtually any poster you design. So let's get into it. Number 1, identify the goal of your poster. Do you want to inform someone about a new product, tell them about a concert in their area, or just let them know that there's a sale coming up? All of these are goals that a poster can help you achieve. If you think about your main goals from the beginning, you can use that goal to guide your design choices. For example, if the goal of your poster is to get people to attend a conference, then your poster should be designed strategically to help you achieve this goal. A common rule for written communication is that simplicity wins. Take a look at this conference poster. The poster design emphasizes the key information attendees will need to know with a sleek, professional finish. The yellow contrasts with the blue, putting emphasis on the time and place of the event and the featured speakers. Information that is most likely to pique the interest of attendees. The name of the conference is also written in the biggest text. The title is followed by a brief description of what the conference is about. The background image reflects the theme of a team working together to achieve a vision. Now, take a look at this recruiting poster. The goal of this poster is to inform qualified candidates about an open position, and hopefully get them to call that number to apply to the company. The "We're hiring" title of this poster is larger than any other text, and as well flanked by an eye-catching icon. The open positions are listed next to readers, and readers can quickly see if the poster applies to them. The call to action, which in this case is to call that number, is highlighted in a unique color. The next section answers a lot of main questions job seekers will have without making them read a lot of text. Start with a goal and plan your poster design around it. Number 2, consider your target audience. Next, you should consider who you are trying to reach with your poster. Answering this question will probably inform a lot of your design choices. For example, say you're advertising a fundraising event for the arts, like so. The layout, colors, and design seem very professional. It would be a pretty good guess that they are trying to attract an older professional audience, one that has some money to not only blow on a charity dinner, but also donate to their cause. Now, compare it to this poster for a color run fundraiser. This poster looks like it's going to appeal to a much younger group of people with the use of vivid colors and bold fonts, which just happened to be this year's biggest graphic design trends. We have a whole video about it, so check it out. Now, they both are fundraising event posters, but the audience each poster is trying to reach is completely different. So make sure you have decided exactly who you want to appeal to before jumping into the poster design process. Also, remember that you can make multiple posters that cater to different customer personas. You don't have to use one for every type of customer. Number 3, decide where you want to share your poster. The final thing you should do before designing your poster is to think about where it will be shared. Are you going to print it out and hang it up on a wall? Or just share it with your followers on social media? It's important to decide where you want your poster to be seen before you start the design process in itself. This is because, as you will see, optimizing a poster properly for print is a bit different than for Twitter or Facebook. Optimize your poster for print. You probably have an idea of where you're going to share your poster. Where you decide to pin it up can help you make a few design decisions. If you're planning on printing out your poster, there are some basic guidelines you should keep in mind. Visualize where you will pin up your poster. If it's going on a wall with a bunch of other posters, print your poster in a larger size, so it will stand out. But if it's going on a relatively bare wall, print it in a smaller size and pin up a bunch of them to create a larger footprint, like this minimalist poster design. Select a standard paper size. Unless you want to create a big poster, you probably don't want to spend the money on getting it printed. You can print it all by yourself by simply designing your poster to fit the standard ISO AI to A5 printer paper. With Venngage, you can magically resize any of your poster templates into letter, A3, A4, and A5 sizes with just a few clicks. First, click on the Settings tab and then select what size you would like. The magic resize will also reformat your poster content to fit the new size if you want it to. This simple feature will save you a ton of time in the long run, so be sure to try it out. You're more than welcome to manually resize your poster the old-fashioned way by updating the page size. You can also set the size of your poster in pixels, inches, or centimeters as well. That said, for most of the posters that you're going to be printing out, it's best to use the preset sizes. This will ensure that your printer can actually print out a beautiful poster. Set bleed marks for printing. In printing, bleed is when you have an image or object touching the edge of the page. When you design a poster with an image that is flushed with the edges of the poster, your printer will automatically leave a thin white line around the edge of the paper. When your document has bleed marks, it needs to be printed on a large sheet of paper bigger than the design and then trimmed down to your intended dimensions. Like with resizing in the previous section, you can automatically add bleed marks to your poster with a single click. You just have to click this checkbox in the Settings tab and the bleed marks are automatically added. As you can see in the event poster example here, there's now a white border added to your design. This is, you guessed it, the bleed marks. Optimize your poster for social. There are fewer restraints when designing a poster for web than for print. This is a great opportunity to do something really fun with your design. Still, there are some guidelines you should follow. If you want your poster to look really good on social media, size it for the specific platform you're promoting it on. You may want to make a couple of different versions of your poster for different platforms. Remember, a square or portrait orientation looks best for mobile viewing. People are used to scrolling up and down on mobile rather than side to side. These are the ideal dimensions for each of the big social media platforms. This Black Friday minimalist poster design is perfect for appearing in an Instagram feed. It's particularly important to keep text concise when making social media posters as well. Because people are probably going to be looking at them on their phones, the images are going to be really small. Number 4, start with a pre-made poster template. If you don't have a ton of design experience, or any for that matter, this is what we're here for. Designing your own poster might be intimidating. So a poster template from Bengage will give you a foundation to create your own design. Start by picking a template that will help communicate the goal of your poster. Look for a poster template that reflects the theme of your poster or that has the right layout you're looking for. Here are some things to keep in mind when picking a poster template. Look for a poster template with a layout that fits your vision and goals. For example, header placement, image placeholders, icons, and more. Pick a poster template with the right dimensions for where you'll be sharing your poster. For example, on a wall on Facebook, in an email marketing campaign, etc. Remember that you can always customize your templates if there are aspects of the design that you don't like. For example, if you want to create an event poster for your job fair, you would want to focus on the location, date, and jobs available. That's why in this poster template, those pieces of information are displayed so prominently. However, if you're creating a business poster, your motto, products, and expertise might be the focal points. If you're advertising a sale, the discount and date probably should be the most eye-catching parts of your poster. As you can see, these are all great poster templates, but each example is designed to help you achieve a unique goal. So just make sure you are picking a template that fits your goal and you will save a ton of time. Number 5, pick a relevant or branded color scheme. One of the very first things that someone is probably going to notice about your poster is the color scheme. In most cases, the appropriate color scheme will be obvious, so try to not overthink it. For example, if you're creating a poster for a winter event, then a color scheme of warm green, red, and white will evoke the feelings of the holidays. If your company has strict brand guidelines you need to follow, then you can incorporate your brand colors into your poster design. Now, if you want to use your brand colors on any of our poster templates, just click the My Brand Kit tab on the left side and click one of your branded color palettes to add them to any poster template, and just like that, bam, your branded colors in a click of a button. With a few clicks, you can create a ton of variations of your poster, like so. However, if you're still struggling to come up with a relevant color scheme, take a look at the meanings and emotions of each color. The color blue is usually associated with wisdom, trust, and loyalty. Use this color palette on a business, event, or marketing poster to make it feel very professional. Green is associated with energy, the environment, and tranquility. It would make sense to use the green color palette on a nonprofit or fundraising poster, like so. Red is associated with strength, courage, and joy. It also is super eye-catching, which you can see in this minimalist poster design here. As you can see, color theory should help you pick the right color palette in no time. Now, if you're not sure where to start when it comes to pairing colors, a color scheme generating tool like Coolors can be helpful. Number 6, include a clear call to action. Once you have someone's attention, you need to make it very clear what their next steps are to help. This is commonly known as a call to action or a CTA. Every poster, no matter what the topic or type, should have a CTA. Otherwise, what is even the point of creating a poster in the first place? In this marketing poster template, the CTA is register online at the bottom. The designer made sure this CTA would stand out from the rest of the poster by highlighting it in blue and using a unique font. Additionally, they made the CTA very simple to follow. You don't want to make your CTA a chore, especially if your poster wants them to visit a website. The same can be said about this fitness poster template. But in this example, the creator of this poster made the CTA stand out even more. As you can see, these CTAs are both near the bottom of the poster. This is on purpose and allows the reader to get more information before taking action. Can you imagine if the first thing you read on a poster was CTA? It would be very confusing and probably make you ignore the rest of the poster. Like, visit the website. Why? Not all CTAs require the reader to visit a website, call a business, or make a purchase immediately. That action may be as simple as telling their friends about what they've learned on the poster, or about when a garage sale happens to be. The call to action on this poster is actually the entire black section of the poster. The top section informs the reader, and the bottom helps them take an action. In this case, the action is visiting the garage sale, but it's still a CTA. Without it, no one would know what this poster was trying to get them to do. Number 7, use icons to visualize concepts in your poster design. Icons are a symbol used in design to represent concepts. Icons are the perfect way to enhance your poster design. You can use icons to embellish points and, in certain cases, replace text. They're also great for illustrating ideas quickly, or you could make icons the main focal point of your design, like this template. Keep these best practices in mind when using icons in your poster design. Number 8, use high-quality images and stock photos. If you have been paying attention to the templates and examples you've been seeing in this video, you may have noticed that they use a lot of photos. Some use a stock photo in the background, while others make it one of the main focal points of the poster. But all of them use very high-quality images no matter the type of poster. If you plan to print out the poster or enlarge it using high-quality photos, this is important. The slight blurriness or pixelation will quickly become a nightmare. It doesn't matter if you're using a stock photo or one that you took. All of them should be very crisp and clear. Sometimes it's better to use a professional stock photo in place of a blurry personal photo. Plus, with so many stock photo options out there, it's almost reckless not to use high quality photos on your poster. Unsplash and Pexels are both great sites for finding beautiful high quality stock photos for your poster. Thankfully, you can easily add any Unsplash photo to your poster template directly from Venngage. Just head over to the left sidebar and click the Photos tab to bring up the search bar. Once you find the perfect stock photo, just click the photo to add it to your poster. Additionally, like with icons, you can swap any photo on your poster using the Replace button. After you select Replace, you can search for any stock photo in our library and insert it into the poster with just one click. Now, if you don't want to use any of our stock photos, you can upload any image by dragging it on screen or by selecting Image Upload in the left sidebar. As you can see, adding images to your poster is very easy. Just make sure they are the right ones. Number 9, download and export your poster in the optimal format. After you have finished your poster, it's time to share it with the world. On Venngage, you can quickly download your poster by clicking the download button on the right side of your screen. Then, select what type of file you would like your poster downloaded as. Downloading your poster as a PNG should be fine for emails or social media. But if you want to print out your poster, download it as a PNG HD. This will make sure your poster is crisp and perfect once it gets back from the printer. Hopefully, these simple tips will help you start creating a unique poster in no time.